up, Red? Ow! How's your hands? Better?
Better all the way around, brother.
They drain it?
No, I had to have emergency surgery, man. Emergency surgery, brother.
You don't know. Hex was in the hospital yesterday with you.
All healed up. What's she in the hospital for?
Fucking, Betsy stepped on her foot real bad. She was wearing her what's it called? Her,
Tennis shoes?
Nah, not
Her
even.
boots?
No, it's her flip-flops.
Flip-flops?
She thought she broke her foot.
Oh, hell.
Yeah, she was in there.
Look, all the blotches are gone. You know what happened?
How you feel?
Malnutrition.
Yeah.
It's like what I called it before.
Yeah.
And from
What
the medical
happened with
people,
that? What did
where my immune system was broke so far down, that little nick
Yeah.
caused an infection in the bone, almost got to my bloodline and would have gave me a heart attack and killed me.
It's crazy. They draw it out the fluid and stuff. Was there
They
fluid
had
in
to
there?
go in there and scrape the bone and everything. They went through surgery, the whole 9 yards.
Damn, that
And
sucks.
what I found
hurt?
out, yeah, it hurt, but it still hurts. But
She gets
what I
good food?
found out, man,
What's that?
we're all at danger
What the?
because of our nutrition levels.
Probably.
Doc was exactly, she called what was wrong with this right off the top. Doc
Yeah.
knows exactly what she's talking about. She called it before they did the x-rays and all that. And what I found out, where we're living, where we don't have proper cleaning facilities and stuff in here,
Yeah.
and we're only eating 2 meals a day, all of our immune systems is down. That's why you're getting them blotches and stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt
And
it.
you know, they said if I hadn't have broke off and started buying my meals separate, that it would have been even more
worse with your
dangerous.
stuff.
So I did
What's all this
exactly
stuff?
right.
What's all this
That's
stuff?
iodine where they did surgery. I mean, they had to do, I mean, they still stitches in the whole 9 yards.
Did you get a good breakfast and lunch, at least?
Hospital food. But they did give me nutrients and so forth and,
That's good.
and get all that stuff
Yeah.
cleared up.
You got a couple
And they
bags.
told
You
me-
got a couple bags of IV and stuff.
IV stuff, nutrients, antibiotics, the whole
Were you
9 yards.
dehydrated?
No, I wasn't dehydrated. I was malnourished and my immune system was broke down. And
How's
they
it-
said, and they said, oh, it hurts like a zombie.
How's
They
it?
gave me pain medicine, but I ain't took it because
Mm.
I'm still taking antibiotics, but I'm not
Yeah.
taking the pain medicine. But that's what's.
Everybody's up there. They're waiting for you, boss.
All right.
All right, man.
Oh yeah, appreciate it.
Good.
Bro. What are you over here doing?
Putting in the floor here. I'm putting in the joint.
Talk to Bree, and then after I talk to Bree, I want to kind of get everybody together.
Okay.
You know, have a little chat.
Sure.
Hey, Mama Bear. Hey, Bree, how's it going, girl? How you doing? I've seen better days. It's rough shape, but it wasn't the finger that was the issue. Malnutrition. If I hadn't broke off and started buying my own food, I might have been dead by now. Yeah.
So,
It caused a bone infection that almost got into my bloodstream. If it had got in my bloodstream, I'd had a heart attack and died. Straight up. Because I explained the situation because, you know, that was clear to explain, you know, we ain't supposed to talk about Joe, but this is a medical emergency. I had to explain the situation. And I explained the situation, and they was like, yeah, if you hadn't have done what you did, you know, it would have been a whole lot harder
heal?
to be able to keep me alive. I had to go in emergency surgery. Literally, they had to go in and cut and scrape all that infection because it was just a little bitty nick about that big. But where we don't have proper cleaning facilities, this is a dirty place. We're not all eating proper. And I was especially even more susceptible, me and Doc. you know how Doc has had her sick days and so forth?
Mhm.
And they was like, your immune systems, all of our immune systems are breaking down. They said it's just a matter of time for the rest of us. Like Jersey, he's just getting spots on him right now.
Mhm.
We're not having the proper nutrition. We're eating it twice a day in small portions and so forth.
Yeah.
I mean, serious up. I mean, that's the way what I found out while I was there.
Are you gonna tell Aaron that, given that he's the cook,
Yep, that's why
or
I
he's
voted
the chef,
for him.
not the cook?
Yep, that's why I voted for Aaron, because
Mhm.
he's not listening to Doc. We're all not paying attention.
I'm sorry.
But I'm going to have a meeting about. No, you're fine. I'm going to call a meeting with everybody together to tell them what I've heard from the medical professionals, and we really need to start listening to Doc.
Mhm.
I mean, serious up. If not, we're all going. It's not. It just so happens I was the
The
most
first one.
susceptible because of the gluten.
Mhm.
But we're all going to be facing the same thing I faced if we don't start getting proper nutrition. Like these hoses and sprinklers and all, that's good for us and all, but we got to take care of us first. Seriously. If not, we're
Oh,
all
I
going to
take
be
care of
facing
me. I don't wait on him.
it. I know, but we're all going to be that way eventually. And
Mhm.
where I ordered my own food and started eating 3 or 4 times a day, that's pretty much what saved me.
Mm.
I mean, serious up. They even told that in front of the, because production was there to see it all,
Mhm.
see what was going. They even told that in front of production. I mean, if I hadn't done what I done, I could be in a lot worse shape. And I've got, I got things to do outside of here too. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Not that, this ain't important, because this is important to me.
Mhm.
But
So do you want to leave, Red?
Well, that's what I want to explain to everybody.
Okay.
But I want to talk to Bree before I do.
Okay.
But after I talk to Bree, then I'll probably call everybody together and explain everything that's been going on in my head with this utopia, with her, the whole 9 yards.
You gonna do that soon?
Yep, soon.
Okay. Oh, I don't need it. Thank you, though, Bree.
How are you? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Promise. You was scared about coming. I was depressed about my wife and so forth. And you made me feel better. And I promised you I'd do everything to take care of you. And when it come down to me or you, I had to keep my promise. And I think I ought to explain to the group. But I don't want to explain to the group until I talk to you first. You see what I'm saying? Because it came down to me or you on who was going to be put up. I had no idea America was going to put you up afterwards. That's kind of like a kick in my ass. I was like, damn, I just took the bullet, and I'd be damned if they didn't put Bree up. So, but we also got a vote coming up. And, I got to keep my promise. What do you think about everything? at the vote and so forth?
I don't know, Red. The whole thing's been so... I don't even know.
The thing is we all have to consider we got lives outside of here, and we're all going to have to go out that gate sometime or another.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to focus on making sure that our lives outside of here is still going to be okay. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's one. And it wasn't just you. It was also the fact that I knew I was getting sick, bad sick. I was getting signs of all them blotches, and I made the promise to you, and when it came up to me or you, then that made everything clear as a bell. I had to step up, because if I didn't, I wouldn't be keeping the promise. That's why I said I'm a man, and it's time for me to step up. You remember when I made that promise I'd do everything I could to take care of you? Well, I did what I could, but I'd be damned if America didn't put you up anyway. I was like, daggone it.
It wasn't like that. It was down the list.
Down the list, so it may have been Bella first.
And it could have been me or you second or third, and it could have been like me,
Right.
Bella, me, you. And it's like Bella, you, me.
Right,
It was
right.
down that list. We
Right,
were the
right.
top three. Either way, we were all going to
Right. But anyway, are you okay with me talking about it when I have this meeting about my promise and so forth?
I think so, yeah.
Just want to make sure. I don't want to, tell people about it and you be upset because I told people about a promise I made. But I do want to stay. I want to show people that you can't keep a hillbilly down. That's why I come through them gates today. I could have bailed out. I could have done like Preacher John and said, hey, this is not a clean environment. This is not a place for me to be with a surgically open wound. But I'm not going to let nothing whoop me. I'm just that way. But I was going to keep my promise. And that's what I did. But I figured now that America put you up, there's nothing else I can do about it. They're going to make us do the vote regardless. And America put you up anyway, so I'm pretty much done all I can do. But the reason I broke off was because I knew I was getting sick. I knew I needed more nutrients than what I was getting with the group. I knew, and I rant and rave because I knew the group was going down the wrong path. I mean, a group is only as strong as the individuals that make up the group. If the individuals are getting weak, and even Jersey, he's getting spots on him. It's just a matter of time before we all wind up down that road, unless we change and start listening to Doc. That's why she's here, and we're not listening to her, are we? I mean, really. We're starting to a little bit. Hopefully, this situation. She called this dead on the money before they ever did the x-rays and stuff. I told them what she said, and they said it's very possible. They done run the test, did the x-rays and the whole 9 yards, and she was dead on the money, and they rushed me in for emergency surgery. Keep me from getting a blood infection and give me a heart attack. I done had a bone infection. So they run IVs in me with nutrients and antibiotics non-stop, and they wanted to keep me longer. But I was like, no, I got to get back. I got something I got to go do. So here I am.
Mm-hmm.
The surgeon hasn't even looked at this yet, but I've got to go back and let the surgeon look at it in a few days. But it's not that I got to stay. I just got to let him look at it. So.
I don't know.
So what do you think about staying?
I don't want to go home.
You don't want to go home? Pray to home, or I knew you was afraid to go home.
You know why I came here, and I told you
Mhm.
before. There's certain people, certain man I don't want to see.
Right. Do you think you can avoid seeing him if you do go home? I don't want you to go home either. I don't want none of us to go home. Fact is, one of us is going home either tomorrow or Wednesday, I don't know. But I wasn't going to be count it out before I put my chips in the hat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yep. Yep. But anyway, I'm gonna call a meeting here in a little bit and explain to everybody what I found out at the doctor's place.
What'd you find out?
I found out that you know how Jersey's got spots on him? We're all gonna wind that way if we don't start taking care of ourselves. Such as get the basic needs. This is what I've been preaching and hollering about. We need to get food. We need to get medical supplies. Because I mean, all this other stuff is good to have, and we need it in the future, but we need to take care of ourselves first before anything else. Because if we're not taking care of ourselves, how are we going to prosper and go forward?
Welcome back, Fred.
Hey, girl.
How are you?
Doing good, and yourself?
Good.
How's your rain going?
Eh.
I hear you. Hey, brother.
All right.
Yeah, man, feeling good, man, feeling good. I gotta go say something to Doc, and then I'm going shortly after call a meeting.
How you doing, Murph?
Feeling good, feeling good.
Fine, where you?
Nah, I'm good, man, I'm good.
I'm glad you're back.
Thank you, girl, thank you, girl.
I'm glad you're better.
Yep. It hurts like a mother.
It hurts right now?
on it?
Yeah, they had to do emergency surgery. I
Brad,
would have,
did they
if I
give you
hadn't, I would have died.
Oh, died?
Possibly died, yeah, from the blood infection getting into my bloodstream, giving me a heart attack and killed me. I had a bone infection already, and it's getting ready to go into my blood. That's why a little bitty nick
They slice like down the
and scraped the bone. They had to put me under and everything. Yeah.
IV and whatnot.
Yeah, IV, that's where they had to put nutrients in me where I was malnourished. You know how I broke away from the group and started buying my own food and eating 4 or 5 times a day?
Yeah.
If I hadn't, things would have been a lot more sketchy, and they told me I did exactly right.
You okay, Red?
Yes, ma'am,
Still
I am
have a
now.
finger?
I still have a finger. I almost lost my finger.
I know.
I almost got a blood infection, which would have given me a heart attack and killed
Yeah.
me. And they said if I hadn't broke off the group and started eating 4 or 5 times a day to get my nutritional levels up, it could have very well, because that's why our immune systems are dropping. It's what they said, we all going to have to start taking care of ourselves a little bit more. We're going to have to start eating more nutrients. Like Jersey, he's getting them spots on him. We don't have a real clean environment here. But I was going to call a meeting here shortly and tell everybody what I found out from the medical people in the hospital.
Good. I'm glad
You
you're
know what I'm
okay.
Hey. Hey, Doc.
When you might need it for like change
They also
purposes.
have accounting, they only use the computer to do it. Because if they have books, then technically that would make the accounting process not
Right.
take up computer time.
Right. That's true.
So shouldn't it be books?
Books or like a calculator, you're saying too, right?
Right, like they should
Yeah.
just buy it. Because
Like
I'm
a
realizing
ledger
they
and
take
like-
up a lot of computer time and they're doing the accounting stuff, and that's just adding and subtracting.
Right.
So getting like a formal
Like a
book
ledger book, one of those like, yeah.
It was a weird time for me.
We weren't talking about that.
You saved my finger and possibly my life. Seriously.
that you went and you weren't resistant.
I listen to you, except for some things.
I know, but I know you're like, I don't do doctors, but yeah.
I had a bone infection.
It was warm, it was red, it was swollen.
It wasn't just a regular
the
infection.
synovial fluid, it
It was
wasn't
a bone infection.
even in the bone.
And it was this close to being a blood infection, which would have gave me a heart attack and killed me. If I hadn't, you know how you've been preaching about more nutrition, more nutrition, more nutrition? You're dead on the money.
They said that too?
They told me that. That's why, like, Jersey's getting them spots and such and so forth on them. And they said
That's
if
why
I hadn't,
everyone's eating
they
like
said
all
if I
this
hadn't,
junk food and not
and they said
nutritious
if I
food.
hadn't broke off from the group and started eating, buying my own food and eating 4 or 5 times a day like I had been doing, things would have been a lot more sketchy. So actually I did what was, you know, they said you was doing what was right, Red, for yourself and your family. So, but I won't call a meeting and tell everybody what the medical people told me. So maybe you'll get more credit and people start listening to you more. I mean, you're here for a reason. You're a doctor. You're a hero.
Red.
Bare minimum, you saved my finger. And possibly my life. They had to cut this thing open and scrape the bone. They had to do an emergency surgery. I didn't like it. I tried to get out of it.
Oh, you even tried to get out of it?
They were no getting out of it. No.
I know you don't like doctors.
They was like that bone infection or move into your bloodstream and give you a heart attack and kill you. I was like, well, can we do it a few hours later? No, we can't do it a few hours later. Can I do it tomorrow? No, you can't do it tomorrow. You got to do it now, or you may possibly die. Because remember, all the blotches are gone now. See all the blotches are gone?
So did you eat well there too?
They give me IV and put nutrients in me and antibiotics in me and all that good stuff before they'd even release me. They still wanted me in there longer, but I was like, nope, you can't keep a good man down.
But if they wanted to keep you longer, maybe you needed to have longer.
Well, I got antibiotics now. They're like, just keep doing what you've been doing. Keep your meals up. You know, do multiple meals a day and take these antibiotics and see us back in a few days, and then they may put more nutrients and antibiotics in me then. But so if I hadn't broke off and ate multiple meals, things could have got bad.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy you're feeling better.
Me too. Hey, y'all had a good day yesterday.
Yeah, it was
Or
a good
Sunday,
day.
wasn't it? Sunday?
It was a really good day.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah. Oh, there's actually.
Huh?
There's stuff I have to tell you though, but yeah.
Do what? So much to tell me, huh? All right.
But people were really disappointed.
Well, I've been forced to get food. I didn't block nobody. I didn't badmouth you about getting food. I didn't badmouth nobody about getting food. I was actually one of them.
Their prices aren't good. We're better off staying at Sprouts.
Yeah, I know.
It's not good. They're expensive.
Yeah, I'm looking at that.
Well, can we have a meeting? Can I round everybody up and tell them what the medical people
The onions,
told me?
79 cents.
And I got a little bit explaining to do on my end too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? These are cheaper because these are by pound. They're like each 79 cents. So it adds up that this is like half that.
Actually, if you say one, it tells
What
you the
about you,
estimated pounds.
Huntress? You go for a meeting?
Yeah, of course.
Let me get everybody together. Should we do it in here or on the rocks?
Just as soon as I finish lunch, I really don't care where you want to have it.
All right. What ETA? What's your ETA?
5 minutes?
5 minutes?
10 minutes?
10 minutes? All right, 10 minutes. What time is it? Anybody know?
It is
5 after 1. All right. 5 after 2. Meeting in 10 minutes at the Rocks, if you would, please. Meeting in 10 minutes at the Rocks. Everybody can eat lunch while we're doing this. Hey, lawyer. Hey, brother, how's it going? Meeting at the Rocks in 10 minutes?
Okay, cool.
That cool?
How's the finger?
Hurting like a mother humper.
They had to do surgery?
Emergency surgery. I'll explain more when we get to
Okay.
the Rocks, but yeah, it was sketchy for a minute, man.
Ugh.
They couldn't put off no time at all.
Yeah.
I tried to put it off, you know me. I was like, can we do this tomorrow?
Yeah.
No, can we do it in 5 hours? No. Can we do it in a couple hours? No.
Jeez.
Meeting in about 10 minutes at the Rocks. Can we do a meeting at the Rocks in about 10 minutes? Yeah? Number 1 meeting? Number one, brother. Number one. You enjoying the breeze?
Yeah.
You alright?
Yeah.
Feeling alright?
Yeah, just hungry.
Hungry?
Wow. So what they put it? Oh, you'll tell me.
Yeah, I'll give you a little bit of rundown.
Yeah.
They had to do emergency surgery. They had to scrape the bone. They had to fill me full of antibiotics and nutrients and
Oh,
all that
wow.
good stuff, you know. See how the blotches are gone?
Yeah, yeah. Right away.
Yep. It was a bone infection that could have went into my bloodstream and could have killed me.
Holy cow.
And you
What-
know what caused it?
What?
Lack of nutrients in my
Really?
body. And if I hadn't broke off and started eating 4 or 5 times a day,
Yeah.
things would have been a lot more sketchy.
Jeez.
You know? It's
So is it an infection or something?
an infection. It was just a little bitty old cut. You can ask doctors
Yeah,
about
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah.
But she called it right off the top. If it wasn't for her, this finger would have been gone and possibly even worse.
Wow. Jeez. That's
See, I knew I was
lucky.
getting sick. I've been telling people, I'm getting sicker, I'm
Yeah.
getting sicker, I'm getting sicker. And people don't realize we've got a life outside of here too,
Yeah,
that we
yeah,
got to
yeah.
go back to. So
Yeah.
I'll tell everybody what the medical people told me and give a little bit of explanation about why I stood up and said, I'll be the one.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow, that's crazy. What? That's so scary.
Yep. And guess what?
What?
I'm not the only one susceptible to it,
Really?
according to the medical people.
Everybody is, right?
Because we live in an unclean environment, we don't
Yeah.
have proper cleaning facilities, and we're not eating proper nutrients.
Yeah.
Straight up. Doc, what she's been preaching to us,
Yeah.
Nikki, she's dead on the money. Dead
Yeah.
on the money.
So what do they say we should do?
Well, I'll give a little bit more at the meeting, but basically, I have to keep eating 4 or 5 times a day.
Yeah.
And then I still got to go back. They wanted me to stay longer, but I wasn't going to stay. I had to get this information back to the group.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? I had to get this information back.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
there's people paying attention to us out here, and there's medical people going, what the hell are they doing? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
So, and if we was like living in, a normal environment, might not
Mhm.
be so bad. We'd just be hungry and losing weight. But out here, we need to keep our immune systems up.
Yeah.
And the only way to keep your immune systems up is by proper nutrients and a proper diet,
Yeah, for
which
sure.
we ain't been doing.
Jeez, that's scary, man. You're
Well,
so lucky to
Well, Jersey's already developing bumps on him. Has
really.
he shown you the bumps?
No.
He showed me the bumps.
Oh man.
And basically, we're all susceptible. It's just a matter of which one time it comes to.
Yeah.
But I was first because of the gluten situation.
Mhm.
And they was telling me that they was glad that I broke off and was buying my food and eating 4 or 5 times a day. And actually, I was eating like 5 or 6 times a day. But I don't
Really?
guess they seen it because if I hadn't, things would have been a lot more sketchy than what they wound up being.
Yeah, you could have died.
Yeah, seriously, could have died.
Well, let's go over the rocks. Would you say 5 minutes?
About another 5 or 6 minutes. So I had to get this information back to the group because I know we're going to be doing a vote off, and if y'all voted me out before I got this information back, I'd feel bad.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I had to get back, and then I want to explain some other stuff too.
You get mail, Aaron? Mail?
I don't know if we're going to have it at the Rocks or what.
Oh no, totally. And it's, I mean, it's stuff my mom's having, and they are expensive.
Huh?
I have a lot of them.
Am I using the milk? I don't know. I didn't have it out.
Oh my God, I think that was me, Chris. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Genuinely honest when she says like, I don't want it.
She's genuine, and I would hate to compete against her.
Yeah.
She's one person who is genuine, who doesn't. When she started, she didn't want money here. So it's really hard to go against somebody who really just doesn't care.
Well,
They're
wants
doing
the same thing you want.
Who
you know what I
wants
mean?
the
Wants
same
just
one.
the overall. That's what all I want. That's what I thought we were talking about from day one.
But
That's what I thought. I thought we had that
so
big
my
argument
question
about.
to her earlier was, when we sat down there and had a vote and raised our hand about how we were going to split proceeds and how we're going to proceed with business, and how come you didn't raise that? How come you didn't raise this idea then instead of voting? That would have been your platform. Not now.
Yeah.
That would have been your platform. But I think there was alternative motives given how this weekend it happened to fall on her reign where we were making money.
Mm-hmm.
And in essence, she planning and Aaron doing the boot camp, it should have stayed in their pocket. If we're doing basically what she wants, it should have stayed in her pocket. But a lot of us were like, huh?
Yeah.
So she's not even advocating for the money.
No, because I think you're right. I think they were kind of capitalizing
On that opportunity,
But then
right?
everybody
then
got pissed off about it, so they were like, all right, well,
we got to rethink it
Yeah.
and try
and
to.
then, But the nice thing about these governments is it's only a 3-day
days.
crisis. So we don't have, and we're not even doing the experience next weekend. So even if it was like a week, she'd still be kind of shit out of luck. But it'll be, Amanda, it'll be interesting to see who's trying to bust stuff out in the next 3 days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To get that extra little $50, $20, whatever. I mean, because you think about it, shit, $20 is a lot of money to us here.
Here, yeah.
Like if I mean, we're getting $31 for a paycheck this week. If we were getting 50, everybody would have mind blown in there. You know what I mean? And that's bucks. But everybody would like, shit, I'm rich, $50. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's, I guess that's the irritating thing about it, is because like we can get by with so little here. So why are we trying to
outdo each other?
Yeah, and I think, I mean, I see where Kristen's coming from with
I do
it's
too.
so hard to pass things around here, like with Josh trying to get the tools. It's not like we were fighting him on tools. We're fighting him on tools because it's not a necessity at the time. If it was something we were crucially needed, then no one would have argued about it.
So how would Josh get the tools, or let's say any business ideas? To make money, it takes money. That's a given.
Yeah.
To make money, it takes money. Who's to say that Josh or whoever else couldn't get? We still are going to have to do the same thing, is my point. No matter what you do, no matter what anyone else does, we're still going to have to vote and see if the group's going to spend money on their idea, right?
Yeah.
There's no difference. It's just people need to start looking at themselves and thinking, how much can I be flexible, or how can I trust this person? I personally don't trust Kristen and Aaron's motives, given things that happened beforehand and conversations that I've had. I personally don't trust them. And the funny thing that was said to me today is she's going to talk to an event planner, somebody who plans functions, events, and events like the Utopia Experience, because she doesn't know how. But didn't we just put all of our trust in her to do this event? Because she said she knew how to do it. It just, to me, I was like, what? Wait.
Well, we already did it. That's what doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like, so you got to step up a little bit more and put a band in or whatever. You know?
Right.
What's the difference between what we just did to making it a little bit bigger?
And it's like, what's the difference? You say you can do this. Marketing is one thing. Project management is another. Finances is another. Client communications is another, you know?
Well, and like you said too, if it comes down to it in these business, 80%, 20% thing goes down. and she puts this event together, is she gonna get 20% of that event?
There you go.
But guess what? She didn't put the event together. She hired someone to do it because she's not capable of doing it. So why would you get 20% for making a phone call?
Yep.
You know what I mean? I could call somebody and be like, hey, we want to do an event here. Will you plan one for us? Call me with the, the final touches, and then I'll okay it. Give me my 20%. It's just like, I don't know. I just feel like that's,
We'll see.
Money's a necessity in life, but it doesn't need to be like the main priority of life.
No,
And that's
especially
where-
when it's just us.
Yeah.
We're family.
Exactly.
Here.
I think that's what a lot of people are losing
That they're losing the sight. Like, oh no, I gotta get on it. No, I would hope people were doing as much as they could have done to begin with, not just because of now. The only thing that's different for me personally is I'm gonna step on people's toes, and I have no problem doing it.
No,
I had to do it out there.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do it here. That's not my utopia.
Yeah.
But will I? Yeah. I got a baby coming.
I've gotten in, I wouldn't say my best friends, but my friends and me, a lot of friends a lot of my friends do the same kind of work I do. But you better believe I'll cut the bill in half if that dude's gonna go with me over my friend. Why? Because that's an extra $500 in my pocket.
Exactly.
And sorry, homie, I know we're cool, but guess what? I'm broke.
I want to do what I
But that's not
gotta
here.
do.
We're not broke. We're working as a family. We're working as a stable society. And what they don't understand is the more money that goes into the kitty is the more money into our pockets.
For all of
so
us.
why does it have to be split down so so-and-so gets more and so-and-so? If so-and-so has a problem with working so much, he needs to ask the fellow people to help him out. And then, you know what? If people were saying no and no and no and no, then yeah, bust out this I want more incentive. But no one's saying no right now. Everybody's here to help. And then we got plenty of time to do it.
Like, I think incentives should be given to leaders. I think you should be getting money, extra $10 to head the barn, because you're responsible for the barn. If something goes wrong, I like you, Taylor.
Hey, do you want to walk down to the dock with me? I need to grab my journal.
Yeah, let's go.
Grab my shoes first.
More responsibility. If what happened, who's doing this? No one else is trying to figure it out. You know why?
I lost money.
Right.
Like, oh, you don't want to garden? I'll do gardening today, but I want your money for it. That's cool. Well, I'm just still going to stack my coin up then, because I'm just going to keep doing
We can go upside your head with a bottle of bub. Come on, you know we be.